Alright guys, we're going to do something a little different. Hopefully I can start a series of doing this. So, man, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I like beer. I especially like IPAs, craft beers. Man, I think what I'm going to start doing is getting a different craft beer and just talking reloading. And for the whole length of the video, I'm going to try this beer, let you guys know what I think. And then just, you know, shoot the shit about reloading. So, this beer right here, this is an Alpine Brewery Company beer. Let me make sure this is focused. Yep. And it's called Nelson. Now, they only ship these to 7 or 8 states. And Texas was lucky enough to be one of these. This is what I consider a unicorn beer. Kind of hard to find. Man, I was jacking around on Total Wine and found they had a shipment. I got my ass off the couch and zoomed there and picked, you know, 2 6-packs of these up. So, enough bullshit. Let's get into this. So, I'm not a beer snob or anything like that. I didn't pour that too heavily. Right off the bat, it's got good color. Smells fucking wonderful. I ain't gonna do all that. I'm gonna tell you if this tastes worth the shit, and then we'll jump into the reloading. Damn, that's a good beer. That is a damn good beer. Alpine, man, they never disappoint. Citrusy, good flavor. Not too overly hoppy. That's damn good. So, let's jump into this. This is the old 308. They are 308. I just did some videos recently about this and worked up a load. Now, what I'm going to touch on, what I've been doing recently, man, I was sitting around thinking I only have 20 of these rounds worked up for my load development because, you know, I did the 10-round Satterley test and then, you know, make some foul shots, get the brass from those, and eventually I worked my way up to 20 and then reload them once I got my load. Swig of beer. Anyway, I was concerned that I only had 20 rounds. Now, question for you guys. How many rounds do you keep reloaded, ready to go? Now, there's a difference if you're hunting or if you're target shooting. You know, if you have to go to a match or something like that, you gotta have 20. I mean, you gotta have 200 rounds loaded up and ready to go. For hunting, it depends on what you're doing. If you're deer hunting, 1 shot. You know, 20 rounds that'll last you for a long ass time. If you're hog hunting, doing eradication, using these high capacity mags, man, I am comfortable with 60 rounds. So that's going to lead me to my next point. Hold that thought. Man, that's good. Alright. Anyway, back whenever I didn't know what I was really doing, I probably still don't. But back when I didn't know what I was doing, I found a load fairly quickly for this 308. And I think it was using 42.3 grains of IMR 4064. Found that load, didn't test velocities, didn't, you know, really care about SDs or ES or any shit like that. And then, you know, got the brass and prepped it because I didn't have enough IMR 4064 to fill the cases. So, those cases were just sitting there. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to reuse this. I'm going to use this brass because I didn't prep it correctly. Like I said, this is before I found my reloading technique. Scud the primer in them and put it in the press and pop the primer right out. No explosions, no bullshit happened. And prep the brass accordingly. Now, because, you know, this brass hadn't been chambered before, you know, I had some rounds that I used as dummy rounds, and it kind of jacked up the dimensions. So whenever I resized it and full length sized it, the brass got, you know, the shoulder got bumped back a little shorter than what I wanted. I'm pretty picky about how I prep my brass. I'm not going to go into the process or any shit like that. But I've been doing that over the past couple of days, where I stacked up, you know, 60 rounds, and this gun is good to take out, good to go for anything that I may need it for. Well, anyway, I got this brass prepped up, loaded it all, and started working with base to ogive measurements. Luckily, I got some measurements whenever I loaded my first batch of bullets. Before, I used to do it with cartridge overall length. I still had a few rounds laying around from my accuracy node, and measured base to ogive and found the measurements, wrote that shit down. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep records on this stuff, that way you know if you move to a next lot of bullets, a different lot, which I did, your measurements might be a little different. But the base to ogive is still going to be the same. Hold on. Let's dig around real quick. We got 2.819. Okay. My base to ogive accuracy seating depth is somewhere in the 2.193 range. You guys can see that. Okay, so that was 2.819. Let's do another one. Let's do, goddamn flies everywhere. All right, let's do this. 2.816 as a random bullet out of the case. And let's see what our base to ogive is. 2.135. So that's good for me. That's a tight little tolerance for me. The interesting thing for me that's going to happen with this is, let's pour the last of this, let's wrap this damn conversation up. Interesting thing for me, what's going to happen is, I've got some from the first lot. I've got some bullets from the first lot that are seated a little bit shorter. And I think it's about 3 thousandths shorter. These are about 3 thousandths longer, obviously. So one of the next videos that I think I'm going to do is I'm going to test first lot of bullets, the 3 thousandths shorter. I'm going to shoot 3 or 5 rounds, and then I'm going to test these, which are a little bit longer. Not by much. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but we'll see what it shows on the paper. So Alpine Brewery Company. If you guys run across this shit, Nelson, that is a damn good beer. I would recommend this if you're into IPAs. They also have another one, Pure Hoppiness. That was pretty damn good. But one beer per video. This is a bullshit session. Basically, what I've been doing the past 2 days is dicking around with seating depth and base to ogive measurements in this 308. Guys, stick around. I'm trying to come up with content, more videos. Got a little, my son, I don't know if you can hear him back there. He's a busy kid, so it's kind of hard to pump these videos out. It's kind of hard to get out and do shit. But we'll have some more reloading chats with some beer, dude. If you like beer, if you like reloading, if you like both, this is a good channel to tune into. I'll try and do one every week if I can. Maybe twice a week if I can, because I drink a lot of beer. Stay tuned, man. Hunting season is coming up.